I'm so excited to be here for Angel Monday Live after just a short break, not too long. But this week I am helping you to connect with your angels, find out what those nudges are, those intuitive signs, all that guidance that you've been getting, how you can pull it together so that you know exactly what your next steps are. And so I've got the message for the week ahead with the angels using the Magic of the Unicorns card deck by Diana Cooper and one of my favorites, Archangel Power Tarot by Radley Valentine, which, these cards have been resting while I've been traveling and been away. So I'm just so excited to see you. I've really missed you. I've missed doing these. I know I've managed to do a couple while I was on my journey. But at the same time, it was a really important journey for me, a really important time off. And, I've been doing Angel Monday Live and blogs without a break for, almost 10 years. So it's really been good to top up my energies and to have this little time off, even though I did miss you. I really did. So I'd love to know what's been going on for you in the last few weeks and how you're feeling with the energies today. I know we've just had that huge full moon eclipse, and we've also, been going through this intensive time where you're being almost stripped back energetically to really understand the core essence of who you are and your soul, so that you can start to tune in and listen to that intuitive guidance instead of tuning into your fear mind, the negative thoughts, the opinions of others, the fears and limitations of others, and even your own negative self, those limiting thoughts that you have. They're not divine guidance, they're not true thoughts. But it's so easy to believe those thoughts, isn't it? Especially if you're low, if you're tired, if you're not feeling well, then those kind of thoughts can take over. And part of my job as an angel medium and also a teacher is to help you to tune in to that higher voice, the voice of your angels, the voice of your intuition, your higher self. And, they're all saying the same thing. The higher self, the source, your angels, your spiritual guides. And they're all trying to get your attention, but because they're on a different frequency to that fear frequency, we sometimes miss it. You sometimes tune out of it. But you still do get a sense that your intuition is speaking to you. So my work is around connecting you to that voice and helping you to learn skills and gifts and bring out your gifts, your soul gifts, so that you can, when you find yourself going off track, you can tune back in again. Hi Tracy, hi Kathleen and Rosalie, how lovely to see you here. I am well rested, a little bit jet lagged though. I did have the most wonderful time. It was all divinely guided. One of the things that I learned on my trip, and if you've been following me on my personal page, you would have seen a lot of the photos of the sacred sites I visited. And I do want to do a session about that somehow, do a live about that and take questions, because so many of you have written to me and asked me. And it's hard to know how to do that. So if you've got any suggestions, I'm happy to do that with you. But we visited ancient sacred sites in Britain, and a lot of them were devoted to Archangel Michael. They were on this powerful energy line, and you could palpably feel the energy, very much like it feels out at Uluru, by the way, and other sacred sites in Australia, because these sacred ley lines or song lines or whatever you call them are all over the world. They're the way Earth communicates with us and helps us to connect with our spiritual sacred side. But what the angels have spoken to me about, especially this morning, they keep repeating these words, that you are the sacred one. You need to connect with the sacred within you. And what these sacred sites do is that they help you to connect with the sacred within you, so that you can hear your soul, and so that you can hear your guides and your angels, who are here to remind you that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and not the other way around. And when you go to places that have that high energy, you become a conduit for that energy between heaven and earth. And that's what your chakras are, right? They're your conduit, they're your antenna. When they're all clear and open and spinning, then you are connected to heaven and grounded to Mother Earth. And your physical being is just as important as your spiritual being whilst you're here. Absolutely. But sometimes it can cause us to forget, right, that we're spiritual. Hi, Teresa, Annie, and Ida, and Pippi. Oh, and Jessica. Hi, and Simone. I didn't see you all. Facebook was hiding you. So this is what today is about, right? Reminding you that to connect with the sacred within you in whatever way that really works for you. And in that way, you amplify your intuitive gifts, your healing gifts, that part of you, that the spiritual part of you that is here to have the physical experience and to bring that sacred energy to the world. And then you can hear the guidance, what your next steps are supposed to be, and what the angels and your guides want for you, and what your soul is here to do, and to really connect with your purpose. So on that, I don't know if you joined my event on Friday. It was Archangel Michael, Archangel Faith, and it was about divine relationships and really connecting with the divine, and also clearing all of the pain and the suffering and the struggle that you've been holding in your energy field. And it might be yours, it might be other people's, because you sometimes absorb that for people unknowingly. And we connected with the beautiful Archangel Michael and Archangel Faith and cut a lot of cords and cleared a lot of energy. So I thought that we would work with Faith and Michael today, because I'm seeing so many signs around those two over the last 2 days. So let's do that. So I'm going to ask for and invite the presence of Archangel Michael and the presence of Archangel Faith. And if you just want to take a deep breath and bring yourself into awareness, straighten your back, and just feel the energy as we invoke Archangel Michael, and we ask him to please surround this session and each individual who wants his help. Please surround this session and everybody here with a beautiful dome of bright blue and violet light. And let that violet dome be protective so that no negative energy can enter. And please provide a one-way doorway in the dome through which any negative energy, any fear can be released and transmuted immediately to the light. And as you connect with that protection around you and you feel Archangel Michael and Archangel Faith coming in, I want you to just for a moment connect on a deeper level and set the intention to open intuitively to receive the messages of the angels today. Because it's not just about what I say and what comes through in the cards, it's also what you're receiving and what you're given. And you might be given something completely different. So take a deep breath and just take your attention to the top of your head and imagine your crown chakra opening like a beautiful flower. What's your favorite flower? Imagine it opening its petals to receive the source light energy. Take a deep breath. And as you set that intention, you will feel that little buzz, that lighter feeling of connection. And begin to feel the white light streaming down through your body, through your energy, through your chakras. And you might feel yourself relaxing, opening, feeling more relaxed to receive what the source and the angels have for you. And then very briefly, I just want you to take your attention to the base of your spine, your base chakra, and imagine a beautiful tree root growing out and growing down into the floor and the earth underneath the building where you are right now. And imagine it traveling effortlessly, just flowing through the layers of Mother Earth and traveling to a big red crystal in the center of the earth that has your name written on it. And you're going to wrap that tree root around the crystal. And just remember that you are a sacred being of love and light, and that you are a conduit from heaven to earth and earth to heaven. And everything is in divine order and you can't go wrong. Your intuition is always speaking to you, your angels are always with you, and you are protected and connected. And then just think about, what would you most like to know? And I'm just going to ask Archangel Michael and Archangel Faith to give us a clear message today, what we need to know about the energy for the week ahead, and how to overcome challenges, how to manifest. I just got a little buzz of excitement then. It's so good to be back doing this. Okay. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck, and then I'm going to pull some extras, whoa, from, wow, okay, from the unicorns. I was going to say the dolphins then. Okay, so I'm feeling very much Archangel Faith came through with the unicorns. Right, so we have 3 major arcana cards. That's why I went woo. This is a big week, big energies, a big opportunity for you to make great strides in your highest intentions and your goals. Your angels have really got your back, and you might be feeling that extra angel and guidance around you at the moment because they're really looking after you. They know you have a strong life purpose and they want to help you. So here's the first card. This is the present situation, what we most need to pay attention to, and what they're talking about mostly this week. So this is solutions, Archangel Zadkiel. Now I love Zadkiel because he keeps us motivated when we start to lag, when we start to feel like, am I really on the right path? Or, you know, am I really hearing my angels? This is Zadkiel. He keeps you motivated and connected, and he works closely with Archangel Michael because he wants you to have the energy and the courage to move forward with your dreams and goals. So this is the solutions card, and it's very much about knowing that there is a divine solution to every problem, and to keep walking on the path, even if you feel a sense of resistance or you feel like the obstacles are too big, because there are solutions coming. And sometimes you have to, it's not so much compromise, because compromise sometimes seems like you're giving away your integrity or your dreams. But there is a sense of sometimes you can take the middle road. You can take the easier option. There's a way for you to make things happen that isn't as difficult as you think. So the good news about this is that Michael and Zadkiel are very loud angels. You can't miss them when they're talking to you. They'll tell you in short, sharp, sweet ways what to do. So it'd be like, what would the word be? Okay, I was hunting for something the other day that I'd lost. I thought I'd lost. It was something very precious that had been given to me while I was away, and I was freaking out thinking, where have I left it? What have I done with it? You know, everything was everywhere, and I was trying to go through my suitcase going, where is this thing? And the voice kept coming, stop searching. And then eventually I did. I went, okay, I'm going to listen. I'm going to stop searching. This is Archangel Michael, short and sweet. Stop searching. And when I stopped, it suddenly dawned on me where I'd put this precious thing. I'd attached it to my key ring so that I wouldn't lose it. And I got the picture in my mind, and it was like, yeah, I saved myself hours of frantically running around. So remember, there's a divine solution to every problem. You just need to kind of let go a bit, like me in my search. The guidance. This is lovely to me because it really matches what I'm hearing. You know, this is a new beginning for everyone. This is a chance for you to push aside things that weren't working, haven't been working, don't fit for you authentically, and not part of your divine plan or your soul plan, but you've been doing it anyway. This is a chance for you to do what you're doing in a way that serves you at a higher level. So this isn't a time for you to compromise. This isn't a time for you to say, oh, I'm going to drop my prices, or I'm going to drop my dreams and go for the watered down version. No, no, no. The angels are saying, we're taking you on a trajectory now. We're going higher. Now, this is Archangel Jeremiah, which is the angel of the crossroads. Helps you to review where you've been and to make good decisions, wise decisions about where you're going next. So it's not about taking big risks, but it is about following your heart. You know, risks are good when they're calculated, when you go, okay, I can see that this is going to help me to get where I'm going. And it might feel a bit exciting and butterflies and nerve-wracking at the same time, but it's a positive risk rather than just, you know, randomly going off in different directions. So this is about you finding your purpose. Now, you might already feel like you're on purpose, but aren't there things that you need to adjust? Aren't there things that you'd like to tweak? Aren't there things that perhaps you're doing because you're thinking, oh, I'm bargaining with the universe and I think I've got to do this to make it happen? This is about making it as authentic and clear as possible. So there is a way, you know, where there is a will, there is a way. I'm just seeing your comments. Clear and ground, yes, yeah. So the final card, not the final card, but of this 3-card reading, another major arcana card, Archangel Uriel this time, the Sun. By following this guidance and paying attention to the wisdom the angels have for you, you're going to find yourself in the most positive place possible. It's like a gateway is opening and you're about to gallop through it. Now, what is an obstacle for you there? Is it the self-doubt, negative self? Is it the not quite enough faith? Someone said to me the other day, oh, I really hoped something good was going to happen, and now I don't believe it because it hasn't happened. And I just wrote back, keep the faith. You know, faith is the Archangel Faith. The faith is the magical element of the universe. It is the stitching that holds the fabric together. We can go for our dreams, we can write down our goals, we can put our vision board out, we can do all the things, but if we don't have faith, then we're just pushing it away. We're always just pushing it into the future. We're always saying, oh no, not yet, or I don't really believe it's going to happen. I'm just playing along and hoping the universe drops something in my lap. But you don't realize that you're an essential element in the process. You are co-creating your future, and your thoughts, your emotions, your faith matters. So I asked this at the workshop the other day. If you think about your biggest dream at the moment, the thing that you most want to create, and just think about that coming into fruition, that's what you want. And think, right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is your faith? If 10 is the highest and 0 is the lowest, right now today, because faith, you know, it does this because it just does. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's what other people say to us sometimes. It's our past experience. So where is your faith today? And no matter where it is, even if it's a 9.9, how can you ramp it up? How can you have more faith? Because this is coming, you know, this isn't just a maybe outcome. This is a positive outcome. This is, you know, striving for what you want through the power of faith and using your mind in a positive way, not to undermine and sabotage you. And if you're around people that have been undermining and sabotaging you, you need to put distance, emotional and mental and physical distance. If there's people in your past whose voices are still undermining you in your head, you need to do some healing. You need to cut those cords. You need to release that so that you're no longer allowing it to impact you, because that matters. It matters. And if you're looking at old disappointments that didn't work out before, why should it happen now? Then it's time for you to cut cords with that and give yourself a stern talking to and go, now is now. Maybe before it wasn't the right timing. Maybe you were learning about the power of your mind. Maybe your self-worth needs a boost. But there's a lesson to be learned, and then you can move on to this positive outcome. The Sun, Archangel Uriel. And Uriel is a lovely archangel to call on when you are asking for guidance, because he will illuminate your guidance one step at a time. A bit like, do you remember the Michael Jackson video where he was dancing and the paving stones were lit up? That's how I see Uriel, is that he shines his light on the path where you're supposed to step, figuratively, your next step guidance, so that you can clearly see it. And with Archangel Michael shouting at you, you will get there. You will definitely get there. Set boundaries, yes. Set boundaries with yourself. You know, sometimes we've got to, you know, really have a chat with ourselves. Now, this is the message from Faith. Oh my God. I love it when I get butterflies in my stomach. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous card. Divine potential. Fulfill your destiny, be all that you can be. Doesn't that just match these? I mean, major arcana cards, there's only a percentage of them in the deck, right? It's a 78 card deck. There's 21 major arcana cards. So it's very unusual to get all three in a reading, in a 3-card reading. So this is when the angels are underlining, neon highlighting the message for you to pay attention. There's big stuff happening. And this is the point of it all, is that you are here to fulfill your divine potential and be all you can be. So it's time to do that. It's time to do that. And it's the number 35. A 3 is about connecting with your soul, with your guides and the divine source, right? The triangle, the Trinity. And the 5 is about big change as an angel number. So I love that for you. Isn't that a gorgeous image? It's just beautiful. So how does that resonate with you? Thanks, Jessica. How does that resonate with you? Hi, Paula. I love seeing all my lovely friends here. So this is the message this week. It does feel significant though, doesn't it? The energy. It's like, okay, on some level it's been exhausting. On some level it's been really intense. Have you been getting those really intense dreams where you just feel like you've been whipped out of your body and taken somewhere? You know, it's all part of it. It's all part of raising your awareness, your consciousness, so that you can fulfill your soul purpose this lifetime. And on a personal level, on your human physical level, what is it that you have to do? You know, what do you need to clear? What do you need to release? What old habits don't serve that part of you? Because you know you're happiest when you are walking on the path of purpose. It doesn't matter where you are on that path, right? If I can remember when I started my business, you know, I wasn't where I wanted to be in my vision, but I was never happier than when I was working on my purpose, when I was doing the things that I needed to do, the creativity, writing my books, seeing clients, creating events. And the same goes today, like 18, 19 years later, I'm still happiest when I'm in that mode, because it's that feeling of alignment with your soul that you're actually doing your purpose and you're listening to that guidance and that call from within. And if you're not there, you can sometimes feel like it's dragging, or you know that there's something else you need to be doing. And that's the big part of visiting sacred places too, because it really accelerates that energy, and it cleans out your energy centers to make you more aware, and the energy is more intense at those places, more powerful. So your whole awareness expands. Joe, frustrating and draining dreams of working at markets again. No, yeah, I hear you. So that's significant, isn't it? Because that's telling you that you not to go back. A lot of work for little return. Yeah. And isn't it funny? I think that we're in this place right now as light workers, as spiritual business owners, or even if you're not a spiritual business owner, but you know it's your purpose to do a certain thing, that you can sometimes go through that compromise. So many of us have, is that we've worked hard for little return, because there's light worker guilt, I call it. And it's that old paradigm belief that you're not allowed to charge adequately for your services, and you're here to help people, so you've got to give it away for free or for next to nothing. And you don't really deserve, or it's wrong to charge appropriately for your gifts, talents, and services and products. And all of that is dying off. And so now what I've noticed is if anyone ignores that and starts to, or continues with that. For instance, if I'm tempted to do that old habit that I did for so many years, then it's 20 times more draining, and exhausting, and not good things happen when you do it because you're undermining and you're not listening to your soul. You've already learnt the lesson. So what do you need to do now, Joe, so that you don't have to go through that experience anymore? Hi, Tarika. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Rosalie. So I would love to hear from you as well. It's like so many of you have said that you want to know more about what we did in England, the Sacred Sites tour with John Holland and Sacred Site Explorer. What would you like? Would you like me to do a live with Q&A? Would you like me to just share more photos? What would you like? You tell me, because I don't want to feel like, you know, when your auntie comes back from holiday and just makes you sit through a slideshow. I don't want to be that person. But some of you have been asking. The other thing I want to say is that I'm taking a group to Uluru, which is also known as Ayers Rock, the colonial name for it, which is a huge power site. It's beyond sacred. It's such a powerful place. The energy there is incredible. This would be my 7th retreat out there that we're doing in this year. And you go with me for 3 full days. That's 4 nighs. And we do this amazing program of connecting you with your soul, with your guidance, your angels, opening up those energy channels. We go exploring. We connect with the traditional owners for some amazing information and a tour. And it's all surrounding this beautiful, powerful, sacred place. And we go with full respect for the traditional owners. We don't try to impose different views or appropriate anything. So it's at a beautiful resort, which is a very short distance from Uluru, and you can actually see it from parts of the resort as well. And we're doing that probably in October. So if you'd like to come to this sacred site and do Angels at Uluru with me, the retreat, then that is opening very soon. There's very few places on that retreat. And I already have several inquiries of people on the waiting list. So if you'd like to, you need to email me soon. And I've got a special offer for a pre-sale, going on sale, early bird. Hi, Karine. Joe says a slideshow, live Q&A. Okay, I'll do a live Q&A soon and I'll set that up for everybody. So if you'd like to join me at Uluru, that's going to be a powerful one for getting on your purpose and path. We get signs, we get messages out there, some magical things happen. So get in touch with me for that. Also, I've got a online program starting soon called Awaken Your Soul Gifts, which is a 4-week online program. It's really opening up your intuitive gifts, connecting you with your soul purpose and getting the guidance that you need. And we're starting that in probably about 5 weeks. So if you'd like to know more about that, again, message me. So these are the beautiful messages for this week. Go back to the beginning if you've missed it. One thing I want to point out, I don't know if Jessica's still here, but the back of Diana Cooper's unicorn cards has this beautiful symbol, which is very similar to, or maybe exactly the same as, the chalice well symbol from Glastonbury. So another amazing synchronicity. I've never noticed that before. I've hardly used these cards, honestly. I'm going to use them more now. Isn't that amazing? That's gorgeous. So the sacred chalice well where you drink the holy water is incredible. So if you haven't got any questions, okay, yeah, you're on my list, Paula. Yeah, doesn't that look like it, Jessica? I've never noticed. Well, I probably didn't notice it because I'd never been to Chalice Well before. So I will see you next week. Now I'm about to jump on Instagram and do this all over again, a reading from my Instagram fan. If you want to jump onto Instagram, I'll be on there at 11 a.m. After a short break and a cup of tea. And if you've got any other questions, I'm happy to help you. And I'd love it if you would share this. If you know anybody who would benefit from this reading this week, remember it's all about you, connecting with the sacred within you. Because when you open up your intuition, your gifts, you really understand what your purpose is and you can follow that guidance because it comes one step at a time. Your angels don't overwhelm you and say, okay, you're going to do this and you've got to do this, this. It's not about that. It's following one sacred step at a time. And they're usually practical things that you can do that lead you to the next step and the next step. And before you know it, you're living your purpose, you're fulfilling your dreams, you're achieving those goals, those intentions that you have for yourself. So amp up the faith and ask your angels for guidance, and it is coming. So this is a really, really big week for listening, tuning in, and having your new beginning. Angel blessings. Thanks so much. That went too quickly. Way too quickly. And I will see you next week. Bye.